And hello, welcome to our weekly San Diego market update. Going over quickly over the numbers. If you watched us on Monday, we had this kind of breakdown here. Yet, as we know and as we talked about before, what usually happens is, even though something closed or came on the market a week ago, agents sometimes take a couple of days to put it out there. So these numbers have got readjusted a little bit. I was thinking the 882 number of new listings in the market would have trickled to around the 900s. Yet it hasn't done that yet. Maybe over the next week, people will start backdating their listings as they usually do. Same thing with sold properties. That number is in the sixes, hasn't hit that 700 number. So it's kind of interesting the last week of what happened. Now, if you go in the under 700, same kind of thing. I mean, that 350 sold number is a little bit lower than what we've been seeing. So those two are something interesting to keep an eye on. Another thing, now this is recently updated. One thing that you'll kind of see if you've been watching these numbers over the last couple of weeks is the active properties has trickled up a tad bit across the board, and the pending properties have gone down a tad bit. Nothing drastic, nothing to change the way you look at things and like that. Yet it's something to kind of keep our eye on to see if the market's maybe slowing down a little bit. Nothing drastic again, but maybe there might be a tad bit of a slowdown. The coming soons have kind of jumped up a little bit. Yet even with the tad bit of possibly of a slowdown, we're still seeing 3 times the amount in active detached properties under 700,000 compared to pending. And pending doesn't mean the property is sold, because there is going to be that fallout of properties. Yet, let's say at 1567, maybe it's around, let's say 1500 or so. It's still about that 3 times number. So something to just keep an eye on if this keeps ringing true of pending properties slowly trickling down and active properties slowly going up. We'll see.
Well, interesting times, I'll tell you that. You had the Fed talk yesterday, and you also had them release other statements during the week, which a lot of people make those phone calls where they call you and they go, I listened to the Fed. They said they're going to keep rates low till 2023. No, that's not true. The Federal Reserve does not make interest rates for mortgages. That's where everybody seems to fall into this mistake over and over with the media, with advertisers, false advertisements. Just because the Fed released statements saying it's going to keep its rates low till 2023 does not mean mortgage rates are going to be lower. Today, rates got worse again. What people need to really understand is the rate of inflation is what's going to control mortgage rates. Rates are already coming back up. For those of you out there who thought rates were still going to keep going lower and lower, you missed the boat. For those of you who didn't refinance already or even start the process, you missed the boat. So as in,
well, I mean, what have they gone up though? I mean, there's still
like a quarter of a percent. So I mean, yes, it's still historically amazing, but you'd be surprised the level of phone calls, emails that you get saying, "Hey, rates are going to go down to 2% and 1.5." They're not. Like, as in,
that's just getting greedy right now.
It's getting greedy, and the main thing people need to really watch and keep an eye on and listen to the news is the rate of inflation. As the rate of inflation goes up, so will mortgage rates, even if the Fed keeps their rates low. That is the thing you really just want to keep in perspective. And then this fall, if we get another outbreak, you may get a dip down really quick again and get down near the historic lows again. So for those of you out there, once again, who are still sitting around and don't want to refinance and save money or pull cash out, please do it now. Like, talk to somebody you trust and somebody you know. Start the process. Get the ball moving, because lenders are really busy. We're moving slow right now. If you talk to a lender and he says he's not busy, or she, do not work with them, because there's going to be a problem. They're not busy for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you've watched us, we've said this many of times. Right now, most lenders are doing about 70 to 75% of the business in refinance. So the refinancing right now, because rates are so crazy low. Yes, most lenders are probably busy if they are, I mean, any good reality. And know your time too. I mean, I've dealt with lenders that put your stuff on the back burner, and lenders like David will at least give you true guidelines, true deadlines. Because the worst feeling ever is finally getting a property, especially with the inventory as it sits, and then the lender not meeting timelines. If they can't meet those timelines, they can't meet those timelines, but don't allow them to lose the property for you.
Absolutely. And like you said, Vinny, there's very few homes for sale right now. And if you're lucky enough to be with a great agent and you actually get one under contract, you want to close. Like, you want to get in historically right now with the lowest rates, that they've been in a long time, and get your house and get situated.
Yeah. I mean, that's I think the biggest thing is getting situated, getting locked into a rate, and join us tomorrow. So, I mean, we keep these market updates around under 10 minutes. We try to keep them short and sweet. Tomorrow, we're going to have our investor seminar and the VA seminar. One's at 9 o'clock, one's at 10:30, back to back. Join us then. I mean, we try to keep these very short and sweet about the market as a whole. I mean, we're so sellers. Seller driven market right now. Even for the last couple of years, I mean, we've been seller driven market. Inventory, right, is you want a balanced market of 6 months. All right, 6 months of inventory. So if no property on the market, how long are properties selling, and how long would it take for the properties, all your properties in your market, to be done with, right? The balanced market was 6 months. We've been sitting, I mean, for the last couple of years, about a month and a half, and now in some sectors of San Diego County, what you saw, the detached under 700,000, and we're close to about a week of inventory, right? So the balance is 6 months.
That is crazy. That is so crazy.
We've been so seller driven market over the years. Even in those times when it felt like it was a buyer's market, it was still pretty much a seller's market. So right now it's even more drastically that way. So you need to have your realtor, you need to have your lender, you need to have everyone on the same game plan to know how to get your offer accepted, and that you feel comfortable in the process, and you don't lose it when you actually get into contract.
Oh, absolutely. I think this coming fall, Vinny, is going to be one of the most unique times in the real estate industry in a long time, because you have the possibility of pandemic breakout again, and you have an election year, and you have the lowest rates in history, and you have a week's amount of inventory.
Yeah.
What do you think that's almost like the perfect vortex black hole storm?
So if you have any questions about the market, if you have any questions about what rates are at, about refinancing, about a granny flat ADU, anything like that, if you're looking to buy in a week from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, whatever it might be, or even sell, give myself or David a call. Our numbers are underneath us right there, and we would love to be that resource for you. So have a great one. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Subscribe however you're watching this platform. Thank you.
Have a good Friday.